Hello, and thank you for listening to the first ever podcast. In today's show, I was joined by my co-host Katie. Unfortunately, Aaron was not able to make the show, which is a bit unfortunate because it was, of course, the first show. Um, but you will get to meet him next week. So yeah, this is just our first real crack at broadcasting. And we've managed to actually record the podcast successfully, which was quite nice. On the show, we chew the fat a little bit about university, and then our manager from the radio, Reese, he comes to join us, and he talks a little bit about what he's doing at uni, and it's quite interesting to get a perspective from somebody who's obviously been through the whole university thing, because he is now studying a master's, and then obviously there's a little bit of Halloween in there. And unfortunately, a little bit of Christmas as well, which I'm dead against because premature. I should also mention that I forgot to record the first half hour of the show, so this podcast is perhaps a little shorter than the others will be. All teething problems with starting radio, but I've got the majority of the show, and to be honest, it probably picked up from when I did hit record. So. Enjoy. I'm just giggling because I'm remembering exactly how it starts, and it is me being a bit of a tit. So, but I mean, what's changed? But like I say, enjoy the podcast, and hopefully you'll be back next week to listen to more. And if you didn't already know, that was Chelsea Dagger by the Fratellis. Weird name, the Fratellis, isn't it?
It's not a normal one.
Okay, next up. Really? Is that the best you had? I didn't feed you with much, did I?
You didn't, but I was looking at Snapchat stories.
You were looking at Snapchat stories live on air. Can you believe? It's like I'm on my own again. On the back of that,
It's Halloween.
And are you scared?
No.
No.
Are you going out tonight?
I might go out tonight. I would ask, where's good?
Everyone's probably going to go to Level, aren't they?
I'm not going to Level. I went to Level on Saturday. And I'm not going to start dishing out insults. If you like Level, then that's fine. But I hate it.
But if you like Level,
you're
probably not got a good taste in music.
It rhymes with blunt.
It was an absolutely atrocious evening.
It wasn't a long evening by any stretch.
It wasn't for you.
No.
Some of us ended up getting dragged to McCooley's, where it was packed with people.
When did you go to McCooley's?
I don't know. You left quite early, didn't you? I don't even know where you went.
I thought you and Joanne, who also lives with us, for those who didn't know, I thought you left to go
No, Joanne
home.
went with you.
No, Joanne left much earlier than I.
Oh.
15 minutes earlier.
Oh. I left at like the second 1:30, because obviously there was 2 1:30.
Of course there was, yeah. No, I left at the first.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I got a kebab. It was lovely. It was the best
weird,
kebab
actually.
I've ever had.
So I left at the first 1:30, got home with my takeout in my bed, and I look at the clock and it's 1:30 again.
Yeah, no, it had me.
Yeah.
And I remember being younger, as in 17, and obviously when I couldn't go out, and I would love that extra hour in bed. And now I had to have an extra hour out, and I'm not being funny. I wasn't in a place that I enjoy being.
I think you'd have enjoyed the extra hour
had I been in like Live Lounge, the Cavern Club.
Yeah.
Good places.
Places which you prefer.
Good places, as I said.
It's Halloween. We're thinking of going out.
You're thinking of going out.
We're just...
I'm revising, I'm not going out.
Make believe for the sake of the radio. Do it for the children. Costume ideas.
I mean, you're going to rock the
Joker Beetlejuice thing that I've been doing for two times now.
Twice.
2 times.
I mean, my costume was no better.
What was it?
Oh, well, times are hard and I'm poor. So when I was 14, I invested in a sailor's costume where...
Spoilers.
A lot of my legs were revealed.
Even
to the point,
at 14?
I don't know why my parents let me out of the house in that when I was 14, probably because I was a little stubborn child. But yeah, it was so short that I had to wear my netball shorts underneath because I now have some self-respect.
Oh,
but yeah,
be mean.
Towards myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a car crash of an outfit, but I couldn't afford anything else. So.
But it was quite good because you had a little bit of fake blood.
I did that well, didn't I?
Once you do the fake blood, you kind of nailed it for Halloween, I think.
I mean, my Instagram photo with the fake blood on my head got a lot of likes, so...
Yeah.
How
many?
100, I'm quite proud of it.
100 now. Excellent. Oh, if only we had a jingle prepared for the 100. Like, I think the best I've ever got on Instagram, this is a hint to all you listeners out there, if you're not following me, do so. It's about 40 odd.
It's not bad. That's my general normal, like. I mean,
Well, it's not a competition.
Shut up.
I mean, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I am getting quite sad about it.
Carry on with that one. I can't believe that message. I'm absolutely... That is
Shout out
hilarious.
to Alex, who's giving us costume ideas. Oh, okay. Can we say that on air?
I think it's
This
quite
one's
funny.
you.
Go for it.
Alex has sent me the absent father. It's a black morph suit, and it's like, oh no, where'd he go? And that's very funny, isn't it?
Yeah,
'Cause,
it is. I like it.
Some people don't have dads.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for banter! No, that's very funny, Alex. I might consider that. Does he have something on his hand? A package of cigarettes. Marlboro. Wouldn't be like that anymore, though, would it? Obviously, they've taken the brandings off.
Yeah.
So there's some more radio knowledge.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
We're just having another look
I
now.
just love-
Describe what you see.
Well, it's for a boy, this one. I'm presuming
girl
it could be
get-
unisex because, it's just a black morph suit.
Yeah.
But on the pack of, they have that little explanation bit on the front of the costume. It said, oh no, where'd he go? And includes bodysuit and the pack of cigarettes he went out for.
There we go. See?
Fantastic.
Harrowing memories brought to
Great
life with this
banter.
hilarious
you've had another
Halloween
message.
suit. We've got more outfit ideas, of course. It's, wow. What are we seeing here? So we're seeing assless
Connor.
chaps.
Legless chaps.
I think there's no backside to them. A leather vest. Oh, he's got the six-pack. How am I going to get away with that?
Contour.
Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, contour.
Solves all. And he's wearing, what's that, a cravat? So, and I think the cravat is leather as well.
The best costume I've ever seen was my dad's. My dad had this fantastic clown costume.
At least that wasn't the absent father.
No, he's still there.
Good. Looking for some.
Yeah,
My dad's still in the picture as well. I'm making it sound like I'm really traumatised by it.
Yeah, no, but he has this clown. He tried to get me to bring it back to uni to wear for Halloween. But I'm so glad that people are
Stop
mailing
reading
you.
the messages.
Yeah,
because
people are mailing Joe telling us that the radio is
people
incredible.
are laughing, so that's,
when
I mean, it's not.
we know it's
We're
not.
aware. But stop reading the messages. You continue talking about your dad. I'll look at the messages. If I see anything
I've said
that's
everything now. It was a funny clown costume. He tried to
funny
get me to
clown.
bring it to uni, and I
Talk
said
about it.
absolutely not.
Do an anecdote. Make something up.
He wore it. Oh, here's a story.
Okay.
Here's a story. He wore it to his best mate's birthday party in a rough club in Crumlin, shout out to South Wales, called The Railway. This night, I was 15. Parents were, buying me alcohol while we were in the club.
That's allowed in Wales.
Yeah. And, oh God, it was a terrible night for my mother.
Okay.
I woke up with my own sick.
You woke up in your own sick.
I was sick in the pub.
Oh.
In front of a singer that I was quite the fan of at the time. He was in a band called Lily Green and Maguire. Sick right in front of John Maguire.
John Maguire.
Yeah.
He'll never forgive you for that. How old was John Maguire?
Oh, probably about 24-ish.
And you were 15, so never going to happen, so don't worry about it.
Oh, my dad's just texted me. The drunk story. How shocking. Sorry, Paul.
Oh, fun for all the family. Everyone's listening. My mother's not listening.
Oh, is she not?
No, I don't think so. What time is it? 3:30. She could be. She isn't. She wouldn't be bothered. She wouldn't enjoy it anyway. Talking rubbish. Back onto university. Tell us something wacky that's happened.
I mean, you've really put me on the spot
Or
here,
just
Joe.
breathe into the
You've
microphone and say nothing.
I just had to sigh. You've really put me on the spot. There was no preparation for
For
this.
those who obviously weren't in the studio, which is everyone but us two, I did. Whilst the song was playing, I said we're going to talk more about university.
Yeah, but there was no
looked at your
preparation.
phone.
There was no preparation for the what's happened that's wacky. Like, come on, what's happened that's wacky, Joe?
What's happened that's wacky? Oh, I overcooked an egg. Oh, it was crazy. It went from hard-boiled to scrambled in minutes. There you go.
Raucous, absolutely raucous. Nothing wacky has happened.
Nothing wacky has happened.
No.
Sure thing. I don't know why I said wacky. I was trying to be one of those kind of groovy, oh, welcome to Radio Live, kind of one of those DJs that everything's just crazy. But you're just not playing ball. Okay, so anyway, we were going to go back onto the university thing and things that we like and things that we don't like since because we've been at uni about a month and a half now, maybe even nearly 2 months.
Nearly 2 months, yeah. I think it's 7 weeks, so yeah.
7 weeks, crikey, yeah. So
It's gone quick. It's gone
it
really
has
quick.
gone quick, very quick, and it has been a lot of fun. But obviously, when it is your first time moving out somewhere, things start to go awry, don't they? So, is anything, dare I say it, wacky? No, but has anything happened that you really wish would not happen?
I mean, I wish I just got put in my current flat straight away. That would have been ideal.
Yeah, you had a bit of you felt a bit unsettled in your first flat, didn't you?
Yeah, I just didn't really feel like I fit in. But I moved flats, and I love my current flat now. But other than that, it's all been alright. Everything is fine apart from, I'm not very good with the shared kitchen thing.
Yeah.
Starting to get to me a little bit because my mum is the cleanest person in the world, and my kitchen in the house is always lovely. And I never realised how much I appreciate my mother for that. Because now, everything is just covered in a layer of grease, and I'm scared to put bread on any surface.
Yeah, it's the surfaces that are bothering me.
Yeah. And to be fair, my flat aren't that bad. Like, we're pretty good.
I think my flat's very good.
I've got one
but I just think
flatmate. I can't fault her. She literally she cleans the kitchen all the time.
Shout out to Nisha if you're listening.
Well done, Courtney. Great banter.
Great banter for those that know.
My brothers complimented your radio voice. I told you had a good voice for radio.
Was that the wacky bit that he was probably talking about that, wasn't he? Because the rest of it is.
I mean, I wouldn't have been.
Insatiable. I do like kind of living in that environment though, where you walk in and you've just kind of got these newfound friends that have, just come into your life completely handpicked by some, something that you had no control over. And it just goes to show, it puts a lot of faith in humanity because it does just seem that a lot of people are quite nice.
Yeah, and I think it's just, I'm going to be, when I go home now for reading week, I think it is going to be weird for me that, I'm not going to wake up every morning and then just, see all these people. Because I literally will, especially a Thursday and Friday, because I don't start till late.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go downstairs and straight away I'll see, 4 or 5 people.
And what are they doing? Are they out in the courtyard?
No, usually just, watching a film and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know, I think I'm going to find it really weird that, I can't just go and find all these people around.
It is nice just to be because obviously we've set up a few group chats and there's just pockets of people that you can just kind of go to. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, if you want, you can never be bored. And that's quite a nice option to have. Yeah,
because I think it's easy to get bored in your house as well, because obviously it's your family and you've always lived with them. So I imagine, eventually it's going to get boring being around all these people.
But you're also it is your family, but it's also you're not living with 500 other similar aged people. Even in your hometown, there's not 500 people that are just up for something every day of the week. It might be a bit of football or go and watch a film at the cinema or just come around for a cup of tea or a pint. But that's just the nature of halls. That hasn't let me down, to be honest. I'm really enjoying the halls.
Yeah.
The whole setup it's as good as everyone kind of told me it would be.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just glad it's a little bit more chilled than all that stuff that you see on films of American frat parties.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. I couldn't deal with that every day.
I mean, I don't think we've had a single party that even relates anything close to one of those on such a grand scheme. Even in Freshers Week, I didn't wake up and find rooms turned upside down. Bedrooms have been completely trashed by just selfish people that haven't come to kind of be respectful and just have a good time. They've come to ruin your setup and stuff.
Yeah. No, it's been none of that. I think everyone is because obviously your flat hosts pre-drinks more or less every time we go anywhere.
Yeah, but again, it's quite small scale anyway. It's just the people we know. It's not really the whole accommodation.
Oh no, no way. But everyone who seems to be around do seem to be very respectful, and so yeah, it is very different to what I expected. I was ringing Cardiff Uni the day before we meant to come to Liverpool, being like, "Can I come here, please?"
Maybe Cardiff would have been exactly like everything we feared.
And who will ever know?
Who will ever know? I'll tell you who will know. Georgia Hanson. She went there. Georgia, as you're listening, send us a little message and tell us, was it rowdy? The radio's waiting on you, Georgia.
We're going to sit there with dead ear, are we? We're going to sit and listen. We're going to sit and wait for Georgia.
Because I know it'll put the fear of God into her. She'll be at her phone typing. She probably won't. She's probably in the office. She probably can't listen. So we'll scrap the dead air thing. But if you do get back to us, we will let you know if Cardiff was as rowdy as
people feared.
I'm loving the updates of my parents at the moment.
Go on.
My mum text. I said he has a good radio voice too. Just to, get involved in the family discussion because Tom said it. And
She
we've
didn't
got
say it to you, though, did
another
she?
one. Dad's feeling a bit left out of the hair discussion, lol. Dad's bald.
Oh, okay.
Paul's got no hair. We don't have Paul's hair in the kitchen.
And George has just texted in saying, "Don't make me do a radio." So, just tell us if it's rowdy or not. But no, very good input, darling. Why don't you have another beer then? That's a lyric from Kate Nash, and we are on the radio, and they do play songs on the radio. So there we go. Everything was going well, and I was like,
It's as if these songs are just going to appear at Joe's fingertips.
Oh, it was rowdy. It was very rowdy. Cardiff. I'll tell you something that I don't like, and that is people talking about my food. That is doing my head in.
If I get one more person telling me that tomato sauce doesn't belong on this certain item of food, I'm going to throw the bottle in their face. Actually,
do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ram it down their throat and make them know that it does, because I'm getting sick of it.
Do you know what, actually? Surprised someone the other day. I had a kebab on Saturday night.
Uh-huh.
And I was on the way home with one of the girls I've recently met from Albert Court.
Nice.
And the day before, we were in, and I had a Monster Munch tomato sauce in a wrap. And
was it nice?
It was beautiful, Joe.
Of course it was.
It was beautiful. And everyone was like, that is weird. And I was like, well, you haven't tried it.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I had a kebab, and I had ketchup and barbecue on it. Mum, I'm really sorry I'm not sticking to Slimming World. And she was like, can I try a bit? And I was like, do you know what? You can. You can try a bit.
Well done her for being open-minded enough to want to try.
And do you know what? The day before, she was going, that's hanging. She tried that kebab and she loved it.
Of course she did. Of course she did.
Tomato sauce belongs on everything. And
9 times out of 10, you will like it. Oh, the Kooks with Naive. They don't half drag on a bit at the end, do they, Katie? I don't know what you think about that, but I thought they go on far too long.
It just reminds me of Gavin and Stacey.
Does it?
Yeah, of course.
That's a good little song. Good little song from the Kooks there. So, of course, we were talking about what we like and what we would prefer not to happen whilst at uni. But, of course, they were very halls-based, very, living environments. And we're not just here to live at university. We're also here to study some courses. So, Katie, what are you studying?
Journalism, which obviously, is good for the fact that I'm currently doing the radio.
That's good, yes,
yeah.
Of course. We're joined quickly by the radio manager, Rhys Williams. Rhys, sit down if you like. Come and introduce yourself. Have you been listening, Rhys?
I haven't, I must admit, but
you haven't.
I'm listening now. That's the important thing.
God, because
Alex has been listening.
Alex
has,
been listening.
yeah,
she said lots of nice things, but I'm sure it'll be raised in the next meeting. That things need to change. Yeah, we were just talking about. You're a journalist.
Yeah, well, hopefully
one day. Yeah, you're in the making.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm of course studying film, which we should be bringing into the show. I study with Aaron, who's the other host of the show, and hopefully there'll be lots of film chat to go on there. Rhys, what are you studying? Because you're not in your first year.
No, I'm in masters now.
You're doing your masters. Excellent.
Yeah.
So this could actually work because we've been talking about our expectations versus reality at university.
Okay.
Maybe you could tell us what it's like at the other end. Because we're all kind of bright-eyed and taking it all in.
Depends what sort of aspect of university you're looking at here. Do you have an aspect of it that
we started off by talking about what our expectations were, and we were saying how we were scared it was going to be maybe a little bit too loud, a little bit too rowdy, and actually it's been quite nice. What were your experiences? Where did you stay for your first year?
First year I stayed in Opal Court.
Oh, that's where we live in.
Yeah, so I was in Opal Court, which then turned to CLV, which is now Albert Court.
Yeah, that's our accommodation.
Live, yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I was in Block D, I think.
First year?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
interesting.
interesting.
Did you come in quite late then? Because it's A is predominantly for freshers.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe a change.
I just sort of remember it being Block A and Block D was freshers, and then B and C with the international students.
Maybe it's changed.
Oh, it must have changed then, because it tends to be the second and third years in Block D now, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, I remember booking it quite early.
Yeah, you must have done.
Yeah.
Maybe just
But-
because like it's gone from Opal to Albert Court, like it must.
Yeah,
have
they
changed.
changed companies like several
Yeah.
times in the last 3 years. So.
I know that when I was looking for it, it was called formerly Student Village. I think it was assuming that people would be looking for it under that pseudonym. So yeah,
I wouldn't call it much of a village, but
No.
it's definitely not a village.
no.
And how did you find it anyway? Like how was it for you in that first year?
It was all right. My flight was dead awkward because there was only 4 of us, and 2 of them were it was 2 guys, 2 girls.
Sounds like my setup.
Yeah,
We're not awkward yet.
The thing was, 2 of them were a couple already
Ah,
Yeah.
they came to uni and stayed in the same.
as a couple.
Oh
Oh,
no.
well, that immediately takes the
Oh yeah. So, I guess where my room was.
next to theirs. I mean, I guess
just
it'd be hard-
wedged in between their rooms.
Oh,
yeah.
so it was either or, yeah. Oh,
Oh.
nightmare.
And
So
then
that was
there was one other girl, and then that just made it all awkward then because it was just her, me, and like.
A couple.
what do we do now?
What do we do?
Yeah.
So she just locked herself in a room basically.
Yeah. Oh god. But so how did you go about socialising from then on in? Like, was it mainly course based?
It was radio mostly.
Oh well, here we are.
So found the radio
Yeah.
and socialised from there.
Nice one. Nice one. And now you're obviously the manager.
Yeah.
Is
I was-
that right? Have I said that right? Is
Yeah.
it manager?
Yeah, I
I listen
say
in the
I was
meetings.
like, you could say I was sort of groomed for it, Like, just slowly working my way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never wanted to be on the committee really, but I was like, after my second year, they were like, oh yeah, go as will you be manager next year? Because like, and I was like, well, Cameron's coming back. Cameron was the manager last year, and it was like, in my second year, he'd gone on he'd gone down to St Albans to do like a year in industry.
Okay. So kind of a gap year, but
Yeah,
Tech-
but
still affiliated
he was
with
doing a
university.
placement for
Yeah,
12
yeah.
months basically. So yeah, he did that, and then he came back, and I said, well, look, he'd be a better manager than me. Let him be the manager.
oh right.
So that's what we did. And then
did
I
you
said,
shadow him that year or?
and then I said, well, I'll be the assistant manager.
Mm.
And then last year I was the assistant manager, and everybody was like begging me to stay to do my masters because. Yeah.
Nice one. So were you looking at
'Cause they
masters
wanted a
elsewhere
manager.
or?
No, not really. I knew if I was going to do a masters, it was going to be here.
Yeah.
My course is so like specialised, especially in this country.
I don't think we mentioned, did we? What is the course in question?
Forensic anthropology.
Okay, and could you a little bit of what that entails?
I think the first port of call in explaining it is basically asking, are you aware of the show Bones?
I mean, I'm aware of the show Bones, and that's about as far as
So
it
basically, the person that wrote Bones is a forensic anthropologist. So
Oh,
the
cool.
whole like premise is
goes.
that whole show revolves around. It's like a CSI version of
And not
forensic
to patronise, but
anthropology.
like, did that get you into the idea of it? Or?
Not at all. No. No, how I got into it was sort of a funny story. So, I've always been quite indecisive about what I wanted to do career-wise, like all the way through school. Like, just take my A-levels, for example, it was like history, design, technology, and applied science. That
I mean, there's
just the
there's
broad
very little-
range there.
But that's what it should be, shouldn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, you're 17, 18 years old. You shouldn't know what you want to do for the rest of your life. Like,
But I sort of worked out that I needed a proper science because they wouldn't take the applied science that I was doing in A-level. So I went back because I did my A-levels in school. So I went back to college to do an extra A-level. And then in that year, one of my friends was coming to John Moore's to like check out the engineering department, I think. And he'd invited me to come to the open day with him. So I was like, I've got nothing to lose. I might as well check as many universities out as I can. So I decided to come. And I just sort of decided, well, I don't know what I want to do, but I sort of know that I'm doing. Well, I'm doing chemistry at the moment, so I might as well have a look at the closest thing I can find to chemistry, which was pharmacology. I think I found in the prospectus. So I'd originally decided to go and see pharmacology, and in the prospectus it said like, our graduates earn such and such in the first year, whatever, which is all right if you're a bit of a mercenary and all you care about is the money. But like, I guess that is a reason. But like my dad had come with me and he was just flicking through it, and he just stopped on forensic anthropology and just read it, and it was all about like reuniting. It was like worded like reuniting the dead ones. The families of missing people.
Crikey.
With their lost ones.
When you think of it like that. And have you had to do any of that? Somebody brought to my attention the body farms. Was there any of that?
So, yeah, we don't have body farms in this country.
Thank goodness. They are.
So the problem with the body farms in Europe is there's the European laws don't allow it, basically, because of human tissue and stuff like that.
I should just probably explain what is a body farm.
So a body farm was the first body farm was set up in Tennessee by Dr. William Bass, and basically, you know how you can, when you pass away, you can
give your body to science.
You can give it to science, exactly. Well, in the US, you have another option. You can give your body to the body farm.
Oh, okay.
So what goes on is they do various different experiments with these bodies, and it's all in the aid of forensic science, basically, and they're studying decomposition, basically, so how different environments affect like how people decompose and stuff like that, and stuff like that, and it's also to do with like they do stuff with flies and stuff too. So like, yeah, it's quite gruesome to like talk.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I foolishly googled it. I mean, if you do want to learn more, Google is a useful tool.
Yeah.
But I will warn you, harrowing images. And we're still joined with Reese here. So, Reese, you've popped in. What were your plans for the day?
So I basically got a message from Alex earlier, and she was like, I'm going to go and it's Halloween, I'm going to have a walk along the top floors of the John Foster building.
And why would you do such a thing?
Because apparently it's haunted.
Would you believe, on Halloween of all days? No, the John Foster's building, it just holds a kind of a creepiness, doesn't it?
Oh, it's a weird looking place.
Lots of corridor. It's poorly signposted. It's actually a great setting for a horror. It's so badly signposted. I mean, you got lost today.
I've been here. I'm in John Foster building every week, and I get lost every week on the way to my shorthand lesson every Wednesday morning. Like, it's unreal.
It's just so poorly signposted that you do eventually. You feel like you're lost. You feel like you're never going to get out. And there's so many windows looking out onto the streets, but no doors that lead to those streets.
If you were going to be somewhere where you want to hide from a murderer, it's here.
Yeah,
100%.
But also, yeah, I mean, it's a great setting for a film because you could just see someone trying to run away from a murder and just getting lost and stuck in corridors and not being able to escape.
In my book, any building that has a church attached to it is creepy.
I mean, that is exactly this.
Yeah.
So, why is it haunted? Speaking of the church.
So, apparently, a nun lives in the attic of the church.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, unless you believe in ghosts. So, apparently, Alex did tell me that the story she heard, which was basically that one of the nuns fell off the top of the church. So
what was she doing up there?
What was she doing up there, yeah?
Cleaning windows, probably. Yeah.
And she's the one that's haunting around.
Apparently, that's what I've heard. But like, apparently, people have seen like creepy figures in the windows when they've been stood outside.
It's chilling, isn't it?
You know, just stuff like that. But that, you know, that it's what you believe in, really, because it's the trick of the eye, innit?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Has either of you ever had a ghost experience as it is Halloween?
No.
No.
Okay, good segment, guys.
Have you?
I have, yeah.
Oh.
No, thanks for asking.
Enlighten us.
Yeah, it was horrible. Again, it's like it's what you believe. So obviously, I've convinced myself that it was just my mind, but it was at the time just so chilling. I just heard whispering, and it was just. It wasn't saying anything. That's why it was really horrible. I couldn't. It wasn't like It wasn't like, oh, I heard a ghost and it told me to kill the person. I could just hear someone
Just to
whittering.
double check, like, you didn't have your headphones really low, did you?
No. This was a while ago. I was.
All right, okay.
And it was just, it was horrible. But you hear these stories, don't you? And, there's always a rational explanation. I think for me, I was probably, maybe a little underslept or something and was just drifting off and the trick of the mind and all that.
I get that when I'm like drifting off and I convince myself to give you advice.
But something like that, it wouldn't scare me. What would first come to my mind wouldn't be that, oh my God, there's a ghost here or whatever. It would be hearing like a whisper like that in my head would be like going a bit schizo here.
And the doctor gave me the medicine. I went right there. I was just trying to quickly do... What's the song called?
It's by Roy Orbison. I forgot what it's called. This is for my mother.
It's All Over Now or something
It's
like
All
that?
Over Now.
No, It's Over Now.
Oh, It's Over Now.
It's Over.
Yeah.
It's Over.
Yeah.
By Electronic Light Orchestra.
Probably.
Was he in that?
My dad likes Yellow, so it could be them. Maybe you got it wrong.
Oh, no. Is it the Travelling Wilburys? Because Jeff Lynne, Bob Dylan, Roy Orbison, and George Harrison were all in a band together. Oh, and Tom Petty were all in a band, like
I
a
found
super
the Roy
band
Orbison
together.
one.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
My dad's requested this because my mother's retiring today. I've never heard this song before in my life. I don't think any of us have.
Obviously, it's probably quite fitting.
It must be. So, yeah, we'll have this one now. This is It's Over by Roy Orbison.
Thank you for that, Paul. Roy Orbison obviously also did Pretty Woman. Maybe that's a better song to dedicate to your wife. I don't know.
It's because she's retiring,
Yeah, but
he does. He tries the
I
sentimental
liked
stuff.
the song, but oh God, I just felt my soul fall out my eyes. It was awful. I'll tell you that.
Oh, he's going to hate you now.
I mean, he might do. I'll probably never meet him. I hope I don't.
Next time they come here, I'm going to bring him to meet you for this exact reason.
And I'll have it out with him there and then. Paul, if you're listening, you know where to find me. Other requests have come through. This one's from my girlfriend. A better song. Better for the radio, better for the vibe. This is The Reflex. So that was the Reflex from Duran Duran. I love that little song. It's very good.
Yeah, I
Great
didn't
bass
realise I
line.
knew it.
Yeah, no, you were like, what's this song? And then halfway in, you're singing along. Very catchy, very joyful. So, 'tis the season to be spooky. 'Tis not the season to be jolly.
Well, for you.
Well, for Liverpool.
I disagree. I know quite a few people who disagree with you. Christmas starts now.
Not for Liverpool. And tell me why, Katie.
Because the Coca-Cola truck has been banned.
That is a large part of people's childhoods, the Coca-Cola.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
No.
It's quite famous in Leeds.
It comes to Cardiff every year.
I think I've seen it once or twice, but I mean, it's kind of that thing when the Coca-Cola advert comes on the telly, that's when Christmas begins. You'll notice a lack of a Coca-Cola van advert. So I think that backs up my point that Christmas has not yet begun.
Well, I mean, when I'm a Celebrity starts...
Stop watching Elf, Katie! Stop watching Elf! It is October still. But, so the Coca-Cola van's, it's not coming to Liverpool. I'm reading reports that it is due to, we are on, like, the kind of the beginning of, like, an obesity epidemic. I don't know if my arrival has somewhat pushed that over the edge, or...
it's all the subways I'm eating.
It's all the subways. It's all the subways. It's all of the all of the beers. But yeah, so what do you make of that? Like, do you think this is the kind of thing that would really hold any preventive measures, or is this just one of those police are gone mad kind of things where people lose their wit over something a little
I can't quite believe it's
pathetic?
news. Like, that was on my news quiz today.
Is it? Because obviously I follow the Echo. Shout out to the Echo, but I follow the Echo app on my phone, and that kind of always updates me what's going on in Liverpool, which is pretty handy to have. Is it local news or is it national?
Oh, I presume it'd be local. Like I'm.
Oh, it's definitely local news, but
Yeah,
is it spread further afoot? I doubt it.
Well, I mean, I don't know because I'm in Liverpool myself, so
Yeah.
I've got no idea. But
So your news quiz doesn't tell you the national, it just
Oh, it's like it's everywhere news. But yeah, it was on there, and I didn't know the answer to that. I had no idea that it's not news.
it's just not news, is
It just doesn't really mean anything to anyone, does it?
I mean, it's just a bit
It's
strange.
just not important.
I just don't understand why you do this. Like, you know, it's Christmas, it's a fun time of year. Sweets are going to be ate.
Yeah.
Don't ban the Coke ban.
I mean, I can't wait to get home and crack open the chocolates that my mum tries not to open till Christmas Day every year, but my brother goes mental.
Or ban the Coke ban, but on better morals.
But why does it need to be... I mean, I don't see the relevance of it anyway.
It didn't invent the clothes that Santa... Didn't it
Well,
put the clothes on Santa's back? Like,
Yeah, that is true.
it's one of those, like, so obviously, it's just a very iconic Christmassy thing, isn't it? Like...
Yeah. Yeah, well, isn't that where the red Santa came from? Because wasn't he originally
exactly,
green?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Green like the Grinch.
Yeah, green like the Grinch, down with the elves, all wearing the same thing. Everyone's on the same level, and then
And then all of a sudden, Coca-Cola comes along and creates this hierarchy.
capitalism. And then all of a sudden, bigwig Santa's in his red coat with his reindeer. Oh, favourite one's got a red nose, red like me. And all of a sudden, the whole system's just this pyramid scheme from here on in.
Yeah,
Christmas
and that's
is
it.
over.
That's it.
That's what it is.
I can't believe that. Can't believe it's news.
I can't believe you're clunking your...
It's not me, it's
I
people
believe
upstairs.
it's
people
her. If you heard that on the
upstairs.
mics, I'm very sorry. That was her.
I hate you.
Always blaming the voices in your head. So yeah, well, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Actually, thanks
just to
Reece for
say-
swinging by. It's been lovely
No problem.
to learn about you.
Shout out to my best mate who has just tweeted me, who's watching me and listening to me. She's not watching me.
She's watching you.
It's the radio.
Where's
she's
the
there.
camera?
She's there.
Yeah, there's Fionn in the window. No, she's not getting you till tomorrow.
She's
but
coming down. Yeah.
yeah, she's coming tomorrow. So yeah, shout
I'm
out to
looking forward to
Fionn.
meeting her, and thank you for listening, Theon.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Well, you know, Welsh,
Yeah.
so
She'll
probably
tell me
not.
tomorrow. So.
Yeah. What
Um,
are we having, Joe? What song are we having?
what should we have? What do you
should we
fancy? What's a good way to end the show? I'm going to go with it's a bit of something different actually. It's not something we've been having for the rest of the show. This is a change in vibe, something for the next show.
Oh, is this Chance the Rapper?
The Chance the Rapper
Oh,
with
how exciting.
All Night.